Colin, another game under your belts. What do you make of that one?
Lots of it was so much nicer and better than Saturday, and I think the improvement is obviously not seen in how or reflected in the scoreline. So we'll accept that and just have to move on from that scoreline. But that'll be the bit that'll annoy everyone a wee bit. So on reflection, I think it was a better test physically, and I think we did things a lot better, and you can see the game on Saturday has really helped orientate people on the pitch, and as I spoke about after the game, that sort of relationship, connections with one or two, just slowly you can see a wee bit of development, and you can see people who are on the same page, and as we move forward, try and get, instead of 3 or 4, we get 6 or 7 and then maybe 11.
And I suppose that's what you're looking for, a coaching staff in these early weeks of pre-season, a game, just those connections building, the general play obviously just improving step by step as you go along.
Listen, in all honesty, it's a day's work, that's all it is. We just see it as a day's work. The fact that it's a game against the opposition is probably asking the point why you're here, what you're here for. We're working and it's got nothing to do with you, if I'm honest. That's probably how we feel. But and because it's a game, everyone thinks they've got a right to turn up and watch. In all honesty, we're working.
It was. It's interesting. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see these kind of games. We get to hear a bit more in terms of your communication. We get to see how you're working and how everyone's starting to interact as well, which is interesting to hear. From our perspective, anyway.
Yeah. Yes, but just because it's quieter and you're closer to the action, and that's part of being involved in clubs like this, and that'll help develop all the relationship between the players and ourselves and you as well. I think that's important. We're a community club. We're really tight. We know virtually everyone who works or is involved with us, and from that side of it, you can feel the effort a little bit. And the reflection of the game's good for me. The score line isn't, but we've got to be more positive. There's moments there where it was 3-4 steps ahead of what happened Saturday, and you can see that they were a little bit fresher. The game was better, but they've got a real good amount of work, and they've had to run and chase on occasions, and that's what it's designed for, as we said earlier.
We spoke obviously only on Saturday about a couple of players missing. Kamari Waqas just didn't quite make today. How's he looking at the minute?
Yeah, I mean he'll miss a period now, so he's had a knock, and we're going to have to keep him out, keep him under cover for a bit. So he'll be certainly a few days, and certainly won't get out this week. So look after him for a while, and then hopefully edge him back towards. But unfortunately, he's going to miss the majority of the pre-season work, which has been in the last 10 days and the next 3 or 4 before we get to Spain. So it's an important part, and he'll have to do that again when he rejoins us, and as soon as possible, but it's certainly not in the next 7 days.
You're looking at a couple more players today as well. Obviously had the 3 trialists from the weekend, but also a couple of others too. Just keeping your options open, and what did you make of them?
Yeah, unless they actually do something and score a goal, especially if you're a forward, people think they haven't contributed. But we like what the 2-3 lads have done, and actually, listen, we're going to talk to them now and make the pathway or make the plan that helps us or suits us, and also can we do something with 1 or 2 of them that moves it forward a wee bit. I think that's where we are with a couple of them. So we'll go in and have them conversations and hopefully progress forward with a couple of them.
Yeah, and just outside of the trialists, recruitment-wise, how's it looking this week? I know we only spoke on Saturday, but things can move so quickly, like you say. What are you looking for between now and the next game, and how are things looking at the moment?
Yeah, if I'm honest, we'd like to take 2 new ones into Spain. The difficulty is getting everything signed and sealed and over the line for them. So negotiations are taking place. We've got a couple of meetings between ourselves and then with player and agent. So the outcome of that we don't know, but they're sat there, and we'll do that this afternoon and probably tomorrow. Ideally we get them towards Norwich, and if not Norwich, we get them on the plane on Sunday.
Cheers, Colin.